it's your favorite cousin, your favorite uncle, your favorite nephew, your favorite father, your favorite son, your best friend's best friend. It's me, Dr. Larry, and welcome to Living For You, the YouTube channel. This is a safe space. It is a positive place in which we gather together, we learn from each other, we educate each other, we coach each other, and we work with each other through this journey that we all have in common, and that journey is life. Welcome, 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 welcome. Hi, I am Dr. Larry Smith, if I haven't already said it. To my loyal, faithful family, I want to give you a special shout out. I love you guys with the highest love possible. Thank you for continuing your support with me. And to those of you who watch the videos, who even sometimes share the videos and like the videos, you might as well go ahead and subscribe to the channel and become a family member and join this lovely family, and let's share this positive energy. I'm looking to expand this particular brand into many different things, where it be coaching sessions, where it be group coaching sessions, group meetings, conversations, interviews, maybe even possibly doing speaking engagements and all kinds of other things. So let's get this channel so popular that the messages that we're giving in the channel, the work that we're doing together, is going all over the world, and we're able to expand. Let's do that. Let's get this channel to 1 million subscribers. I think that would be dope. I think it's totally possible. Anything's possible with belief, with faith, and with the loving support that you guys give me. So subscribe to the channel. To those of you who have never seen my face before, or have maybe never heard my voice before, I am Dr. Larry Smith. I am a certified life and spiritual coach. I am also an educator. I am also a spiritualist, an entrepreneur, a theologian. I'm all of those things. And if you subscribe to the channel, you follow the channel, you will actually see me show you and demonstrate all of those things that I am. But if you want to know more about me, you can actually go to www.liveforyoucoaching.com, which is my business. My business is a life coaching firm called Live For You Coaching, where I help clients deal with a trauma or traumas that they're dealing with to be able to move beyond them and live their very best present life, which is what we're supposed to be living. So that is www.liveforyoucoaching.com, and go out and find much of the information out there about me and so much more. And I almost forgot, y'all. And if you want to follow me on social media, I am very active, constantly active, daily active, all the time active on social media. You can actually follow me at Dr. Larry Smith on both Instagram and Facebook. That is at on Facebook and Instagram at Dr. Larry Smith. Welcome, 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 family. As you all know, that last month I was reading a book, as I've been reading books every month, one book. I'm a little delayed this time with my book report and my discussion, because I really was delayed in the book, so I finished reading the book, and it was a good book. The book that I was reading was Byron Katie's Accepting What Is, 4 Questions That Could Change Your Life. And it is a phenomenal book. It is a book that is on repeat cycle for me. This is probably my 3rd or 4th time reading the book. In fact, this time not only did I read the book, but I also bought the book on audiobook. So as I'm driving to work, to my classes and whatever, I am listening to the book, and it's very interesting hearing it in audio, because you kind of get the author reading the book, but then you get also like people playing the roles of some of the people within the book, and it's actually a very good audiobook as well. So if you don't have time to just physically sit and read the book, or if you have time to physically read the book and to hear the audiobook, I recommend that as well. But it is a very important book, and I think for me, it was so influential in my life, because it helped me to gather my thoughts around just accepting what is. It influenced me so much that in my book, The Freedom Prescription, I have a whole chapter that was inspired by this text and this work called Accepting What Is. So go out and get my book. It's out for like $13 on Amazon, The Freedom Prescription, or Freedom RX, Dr. Larry Smith. And get my book, and you'll kind of get a glimmer, and hopefully that gives you a taste to want to go and fully indulge, not just in Byron Katie's book, Accepting What Is, but also in doing the work and starting to make the work a practice in your life, and which I have done. That amongst other things, I have really felt to be useful. The 4 questions are, it's really important for you guys to know the 4 questions, because that's kind of the crux of the book. But the 4 questions are revolving around our thoughts. What Byron Katie is working with is our thinking. She purports the idea that much of what we experience on a daily basis revolves around our thinking. And you guys know, if you've been loyally following this channel, I am of the firm belief as well that your thinking and your train of thought and what you're holding on into your mind so deeply does have a profound effect on what you're going to experience in life. So I'm a big proponent of working with your thoughts to be more present. But anyway, the 4 questions are revolving around thoughts that she have is the thought true? Is the thought absolutely true? How do these thoughts, or this particular thought, make you feel? And who would you be, or how would you feel if you did not have this particular thought? And by the time you get through all of those questions, you come to realize how trivial, or how unimportant, or how even sometimes illogical and over the top your thoughts about something you held so true were. And so it's a great book in that regard. But what I like about the book the most is she actually goes through different scenarios where she uses her work, where she talks to children. She uses her work on children. She uses somebody mourning someone who has died, somebody who is afraid of dying, someone who has issues with their boss, has issues with the world and politics. And it's a really good book because she uses her methodology, which she calls the work, for all of these situations. And the work is the same. The work doesn't change. And what we come to realize is that a lot of the things we are harboring as thoughts and feelings and beliefs, that's all they are. But they're so profound within us, and we put so much emphasis and energy around those thoughts that what winds up happening is it has a profound impact on our everyday life. Say, for example, and you guys know me, I'm very straightforward, very honest, and I have been very transparent and honest on this channel. I am a survivor of an abusive childhood. See, I was going to say victim, but I'm not a victim. I actually survived it, and I've survived it. I'm still around beyond it. So I am a survivor of an abusive childhood. I went through several types of abuses in my childhood, and I can easily live in that place of the child who was molested, the child who was raped, the child who was physically assaulted, verbally assaulted. I could live in that place and have all kinds of thoughts and feelings around it. But then I'm taking something in the past and I'm making it present through my thoughts. Because in reality, there's no such thing as the past. You're only living right now. Yes, you can have memories, but you're having memories in this moment. Yes, you can contemplate the future, but you're thinking about what's to come in this moment. So really the only thing that has ever existed on the grand scheme of things is the present. But because we're human, because we have experiences, and because we have feelings, we attach so much to things that we think about, and it does have an impact. I have seen people who have dealt, myself included at one point in life, who hadn't dealt fully with our stuff, our traumas, and we managed to continue the cycle of experiencing the trauma, or experiencing the hurt, or experiencing depression, or oppression, or regression from how we felt about what had happened to us in the past, instead of freeing ourselves to live present lives. And Byron Katie's really good at that. Now, I'm going to be really honest. When I first read the book years ago, because I encountered Byron Katie probably about 6 or 7 years ago, just kind of a fluke on YouTube, and I think I saw her doing her work in a big room setting with a bunch of people, and I was like, okay, how does she expect this to be something beneficial to people? And then I thought about it. I was like, she actually seems cold and heartless. And telling people, like, for example, someone who lost a loved one, telling them it is what it is, ultimately, I kind of was like, that doesn't feel comforting. But then I realized that it is comforting in the long run, because what's happening is you're allowing that person to accept that the person that they've loved have transitioned, have moved on into another space, and they're no longer here, and that's out of your control. But you've never lost the love. You've never lost the good feelings that that person gave you, the memories. Those things are forever present with you. And so while the person may not physically be present, you didn't lose the stuff you loved in that person. You just physically lost that person. And that, like I said, while at first that kind of was jarring to me, now I understand it. And then when I lost my mom, I even more got the understanding of everything I loved about my mom had nothing to do with her physically. It was mostly about 90% of it, really, was 90 to 95% of it was really her heart, her emotions, her spirit, which she gave me on a non-tangible level. And that stuff I still have. And that stuff I still cherish, and it's a positive memory in my mind. And our minds are very powerful, because sometimes I even smell my mom's perfume. And no one in my house wears it, but our memories are that powerful. And so that's why it's important for us to do analysis, or as Byron Katie would put it, investigation, of our thoughts. Is it true? Is it absolutely true? How does this thought make you feel? Because it's not the actual thing you're thinking about that's making you feel it. How does this thought make you feel? And who would you be without this thought? By the time you get to the who would you be without this thought, you've pretty much freed yourself from the dependency that you once had on that thought. And the book's very good. Like I said, the book is good at doing that. This is why it's a book I recommend, because I feel like there are a lot of people who live lives based on their thoughts. And they live lives obsessed and possessed, really, by their own thoughts. And we can't control each other's thoughts, but the thing is when we're so deeply possessed by our own thoughts, we manifest what's in our brain externally. And other people begin to feel the trauma, or at least we're causing trauma by our thoughts. So say, for example, if you're an angry person because you were abused as a kid, and you're so mad about it that you're just angry, you have trust issues, you have you're lashing out at people. No one wants to be around you, and you're not allowing anybody in. So you're reliving your own trauma, but it's your fault at that point. The person who put this trauma in your life may no longer even be a part of your life, may no longer even be here physically on this planet, and you're still holding on to that thought, ruining not just your life, but the lives of people who come in contact with you, because you won't free yourself of that useless thought to you in the present. A lot of people think that's a way of healing, by holding and remembering, and really it's not a way of healing. A way of healing is being able to say, you know what, this is not my business. That's God's business, or that's that person's business, and I free myself of any connection, or of any hold, or any necessity of that particular business. And the book does that wonderfully. She does that wonderfully. And like I said, after, the truth be told, listening to it in the audiobook and hearing her talk, you actually get a sense that it's not that cold and calculated. It's really just, I'm not trying to give you the answer. I'm trying to help you to see that you have the answer. You just have to listen. You just have to hear it. And what I like best about myself and that thought process is that I realize that my intuition and my inner voice is very powerful. So when I pause the noise of the thoughts and of the outside world, and I listen to that inner voice, I get so much guidance, so much wisdom, and I found healing through going within and inquiring, as Byron Katie would put it, my own personal thoughts. Something that I recommend my clients to do, something that I recommend my friends and family do. We should always take an inquiry of what we're thinking and why we're thinking, and how does this thinking impact us, and is this thinking even useful to us, serving us in this present moment. And majority of the time you will find out that no, it doesn't. You should be filling your mind with things that are going to fuel and feed your soul, not things that are going to bring you down, repress, depress, and oppress you and possess you into just living the lives that you should not be living. We all should have peace, comfort, and joy in the life, in this life right now, but that's to our choosing. That's if we choose to have peace, joy, love in this particular lifetime. So the book, Accepting What Is all about learning to just accept truth. Accept truth, Not argue against truth, not fight against truth. As Byron Katie would say, fighting against truth, resisting truth is the cause of all our sufferings. She's not the only person I've heard saying that. I've read that in Buddhist writings. I've read that in the Bible. I've read that in many religious texts and many spiritual and theological and philosophical works, that it's arguing and fighting against what is. That's the root of all anxiety, depression, stress, and everything. But when you go simply with the flow and you ride with the wave, life can be easy. Life can be joyous. Life can be loving and peaceful. I totally believe that. And not only do I believe that, I lived my life that way and have totally transformed my experience of life from being someone who's always anxious, worried, stressed, sometimes depressed, to somebody who have freed myself of those things before they went too deep. And so I recommend Accepting What Is, 4 Questions That'll Change Your Life by Byron Katie, because I know that it's a powerful work. It's a powerful book. And go into the book with an open mind and allow yourself to understand and to accept the work. And you will see, sure enough, that you'll start doing it in your mind on your own without any prompts. And you'll start to inquire about your own thoughts. And you start to have more peace and more love and more joy in your life. That's it. So get the book. It's a wonderful book. I enjoyed it. I am still reading a book per month, but these next 3 months I'm more than likely not going to do a book review, because in these next 3 months I'm going to be reading books about Forex trading. I've actually been doing really good at that. I was doing really good actually. I'm actually building that skill, and I want to build that skill so strong that if I want to rely on that as my job and my income, I could if I want to. I want to build that skill that strong. So I'm going to take the next 3 months and I'm just going to like drill in on it, like laser target focus on reading and studying Forex, as I've been doing probably for the last 3 years, but I'm going to amp myself up a little bit, and we'll see where that goes. And I'll keep you guys informed, but I don't think you guys would be interested in my reading journey of Forex books. If you are, I can do a separate video series for just those people, but you would have to let me know in the comments for me to do that. So I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. I know I love you. I love you, love you, love you with the highest love, as I always say. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye, family.